Welcome back to another Mario Plush Network discussion. I am CEO Sean McCormick, and I am joined, as always, by the COO of Mario Plush Network, Evan O. Reynolds. Hello, Mr. Reynolds. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much for asking.
So the purpose of today's discussion has to do with very fond memories that we have personally, and many other people have personal memories with too. Today's discussion is going to be focused on the Sanei Super Mario series plushes, which was a line of plushes Sanei released from 2009 all the way until 2015. So we will go through pretty much every plush on this list and discuss our personal memories we've had of them, because some of these plushes have gone a long way with us. We've had these for almost 10 years at this point. So we will go through the whole list, and we'll just share our memories with them, and then after we go through the whole list, we'll just give our full thoughts on the set, what it could have used, and if it's better than Sanei's future sets. So once again, I said I was joined by Evan Reynolds. So Evan Reynolds is here, and we will, for the reference for this discussion, we will be using the Mario Plush fandom list. So if you want to follow along, you can go to marioplush.fandom.com and then search up Super Mario set by Sanei. So let's begin the set with just some general information. It says the line was from 2009 to 2015. The 58 plushes in the set, made by Sanei.
All of them are really good quality, yeah. Most of them are all from the Mario games. This was their first mainline Mario plush, because usually they've been just doing like sets for promoting games, actually, like Mario Party 5, Mario Sunshine, Yoshi's Island DS, and all of that stuff. But this was like their first mainline just Super Mario plush line with all the Super Mario plush characters. Like Mr. McCormick's, it lasted till 2009 till 2015, and you could still buy a lot of old official plushes, I believe, till 2018, because like late 2017 was when they started getting down, and then they didn't start getting them in anymore. But like Old Daisy, somebody found Old Daisy at Barnes & Noble like in 2018 with All-Star 1 as well. So yeah, they've lasted a long time.
And just for everyone watching, or to anyone that's new to the channel really, so we refer to this set a lot in videos, but we don't actually call it what it's actually called. We usually call it just the old official version, or or just the Sanei version, or the old Sanei. So we call this set by very different names sometimes, but they all just mean the Super Mario set. So I just wanted to get that out of the way before we get into it, in case we end up saying that by accident. So the rarity on the Mario Wiki says that this is uncommon. Do you agree with this, that this whole set's uncommon?
Uncommon? Yeah, I pretty much fully agree with the uncommon part. But like the Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, like mostly just the normal characters, except for Bowser Jr., are mostly still pretty common to find. Not new, sometimes new, but mostly just in good condition, mint condition. But for the majority of most of them, they're pretty hard to find. Like Wiggler, Bomb, Shy Guy, you can still find a lot of old ones on eBay and Mercari. So if you want some old ones, go and check out eBay or Mercari for yourself.
And some of these plushes in this set have kind of made it my favorite set too. A couple of months ago I wouldn't have said this, but now that I have a ton more characters I've collected from this set, I understand why Evan said a couple months ago that this one was better than the All-Star set, and I do think it is better. The All-Star set has like the better crafted plushes. Let's get that out of the way. They have the better crafted plushes and better looking for some of them, but these just have like a better character choice, and they have more nostalgia value to people like us, and I bet to many other people out there. Because for anyone that knows me, you know that I love fuzzies and porcapoofers and buzzy beetles, and the All-Star set doesn't really have that yet. So ones that don't have plushes like this are really what make it my favorite one too. Did you have any comment?
And yeah, like, honestly, not just hearing the old set from here, but I think a lot of the people love older plushes just in general, like older Mario plushes in general than the All-Star ones, because they look different, they don't look completely accurate, they're rare, they just are more unique. Because, like, compared to this, like Pat Mack said in one of his videos, like, he said, yeah, it's cool to, like, have, like a completely accurate Mario plush, but there's, like, really no charm with it at all. Because, like, if you get, like, an old All-Star Peach, you'll say, yeah, that looks very accurate, like, really, really nice. But then, if you get, like, Mario Party 5 one or Super Mario Line one, you'll say, like, wow, these ones just are better because, like, there's just something so weird about them that makes them more better. I'm sure you could say that with old Hammer Bro.
Some of them, yeah, have more charm. Like, the Hammer Bro, like Evan mentioned, and there's someone else. I think, even though it's not mine, Evan's old Kamek has more charm to it than the new one too, and BJ too. So let's start off going through this whole plush collection with just the list, and number one is, of course, Mario himself. Now, we do not have the regular Sanei 2009 Mario. I would like to get the Japanese version, which is actually 2009. If I did find the 2011 one for a good price, I probably would buy it, because I like the Fire Mario too, so it'd just be really nice to have this. Just Sanei Mario I would like to have any form of, but if I could, my main goal is to try and get it the Japanese version, that's 2009, and just so I can compare it to the Mario Bros. Wii Mario, because Mr. Reynolds told me there was no Mario Bros. Wii set in Japan, so I wonder if they just took the regular 2009 Mario and slapped a Wii tag on it and then called it a new set. So I'm very interested in this Mario. What do you think about it, Evan O?
Yeah, I'm very interested in it too. Like always, I like every other plush better than the All-Star one because, like, the old Mario, it looks similar to, like, the All-Star one kind of, but getting an All-Star Mario, that'll kind of just feel boring and generic, but, like, getting an old, rare version of it, I wouldn't really say rare with it, but, like, just something about it that's, like, 10 times better. Doesn't have the same charm as the All-Star one.
Yep, I agree. And one thing I have said before is that it kind of looks very similar to the Mario Galaxy Mario. And I could understand why, because the Mario Galaxy one came out in 2008, and this one only came out a year later. So it wouldn't surprise me if they just took the Galaxy Mario and like reproportioned it so its arms were on its side without the mushroom. And I'm wondering how similar those two are in terms of like craftsmanship, because if they're like the same size or have like the beads in the same place, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, no response. So next up on the list is the popular Luigi, and I have seen this Luigi on many thumbnails of like popular plush tubers. So I have the Fire Luigi, and I've kind of criticized it in the past for like it's just not good looks and its floppy legs. But I have seen photos of good 2009 Luigis out there too. So pretty much the same as the Mario. It's very interesting, and I would like to get it, and it would be a great addition to the collection. And I want to see if there's like any reason why people would think it's better than the All-Star one just to use it in their videos. Because I bet all the people who watch plush tubers know what I'm talking about. That there's these popular people, I don't know who they are, but they use the old Luigi in their thumbnails. So I'm just curious to see if there's anything that's special about it compared to this one. So what do you think?
Probably apply to this. Like, I don't think there's as much charm as it with the Mario Party 5 Luigi.
That one was made popular by Mario Logan, correct?
Mm-hmm. And, or no, not Mario Logan, Cute Mario Bros. Because he was the first one to use. He was like the first plush trooper, and one of the plushes he used in his main videos was the Mario Party 5 Luigi. He got it popular.
It just makes you ask too, if these plush tubers never start up plush tubing, I wonder what the price point of these rare plushes would be today, like the Sally or the Bowser Jr. So,
Yeah,
yep.
the Sally and stuff like that. And like people, there's like, didn't I tell you before? There's like a Bam Presto Metal Mario that's like really rare. Like,
Yes, has anyone used that, or has it just been made popular by someone who just says it is?
No, it's not been none of those. It's just been rare. I think people like it too. They just think it's awesome. So yeah, like what I'm saying with the Sanei Mario line, most of these didn't get popular by anybody. They just have their own charm and just got kind of rare over time. Like Porky Puffer and Monty. Why did Monty get so rare? He's like $1 billion. He went for $1 billion. He still goes like for a lot now, because people that still think he's rare are selling like him and Spike brand new tagged and in their sealed Amazon bag, which they purchased for $15. They go and make like $150, and the buyer believes that they're still rare because they probably haven't even checked Amazon for themselves. So yeah, some of these just have like a weird popularity, like the Monty.
We'll get on to Monty later in the program. Number 3 on here is the regular Yoshi. So we do actually have this one, and it's not one of my favorites, at least. I'm not sure Evan's stance on it, but it's a good Yoshi for the time. But they have definitely improved their craft when it comes to getting Yoshis. Where I'm of course happy to have this, or happy that Evan has this one still, because it's just I would rather have it than not have it. So just Yoshi, Green Yoshi. This was the third one. I bet you this is 2009 as well. Probably not gonna get another one unless someone sells it like new with its Japanese tag. Then maybe I would, because I do not have any Japanese Yoshis in my collection. I do not know if I'm right or not, but are your Yoshi's Island Japanese? I think they are, aren't they?
Well, of course they are, because everything before the Super Mario line, nothing was localized. They were just brought over here to import shops in Nintendo World.
And this is another one that's kind of off topic, but still relevant, is another question that hopefully we can answer in a video soon, is how much did the new Super Mario Bros. Wii Yoshis get influenced by the Sanei Yoshi? Because they look pretty much identical. They look the same to me. If there's any differences that you've noticed, let it be known. But I just think they look the same. But I am curious to see how they are. Are you considering getting those in the future?
Yeah, even though they're like the exact same, I still want to complete the Wii set because I have the tools in the Mario right now. But there's nothing different with them. They just have to be localized versions of like the unlocalized ones. They just have to be or something, because I've never seen unlocalized Wii ones.
Yeah.
Also, like kind of off topic, what's a little weird is that like on Amazon Japan I've seen there's like the magnet cat people, and those aren't localized by anybody. So I wonder why nobody ever localized those, so I guess those are kind of like the old plushes.
So back on track here, number 4 on the list is Fire Mario, and I actually have this one, and I'm so glad I do, because it's just a great piece of plush history. All of these ones from this set are great pieces of plush history, but I'm just one of these ones that I'm just thankful to have. It's great. I still think it looks good. It looks better than my original All-Star Mario, because that one had like a deformed mustache and neck and all that. even this one from 10 years ago looks better than that one. It's just, it's great or fascinating how they were able to perfect how Mario looked so early on. Pretty much the only thing they did with the All-Star ones, they just made it bigger because it looks pretty much the same, just bigger, but which tells you that they know what they're doing and they improved their craft all the way back in 2009, because this was probably the first set they did that didn't have some sort of flaw with any of their plushes. I can't say anything for the Galaxy set because I don't have that one, but probably their first set without any major flaws in any of these. Fire Mario, once again, I said looks great, and we can move on unless you have anything to add about Fire Mario. Hello?
Oh yeah, sorry. You cut off. But yeah, and my thoughts about like the Fire Mario is that it just has so much charm than the All-Star one. Because when I hold the All-Star one, it feels a little weird to me. For some reason, I just like holding the old one like a lot better. It's like really nice.
Okay, up next, very excited to talk about this one. It's my favorite in the Super Mario line, or one of my favorites, I should say. Number 5 is Bowser. Now, earlier this year, I opened Bowser on camera, and I was very excited for it, and I was so happy with how it turned out when I got it. It gave me a new Bowser to have in the collection, and it's probably one of my favorite ones in my entire collection. I say this a ton in videos when I get to talk about it, but this is a very, very underrated plush, and Bowser plush as well. Everyone has the All-Star one, and that one's phenomenal too. They're both great in their own separate ways. They're both like on the same level of favoriteness, for me at least. But I wish more people have this, or would get to have this, because it's like such a great Bowser plush. And if anyone likes Bowser specifically, or if he's like your favorite Mario character like mine, this will make you happy, this Bowser. I'm actually trying to get a second one that's imported from Japan. I would either get that one, or I would get a brand new Global Holdings tagged one. So hopefully, because this plush is so good, I already want another one to put in the collection. So Japanese tag or a Global Holdings tag. So it's just a great Bowser. I wonder why no one talks about it that much. And I don't think I've seen any popular or any plush tubers in general use it. So my question for you, Mr. Reynolds, is if you've seen recent plush tubers use this hidden gem Bowser plush.
No, I've not seen them use it at all. Because, yeah, I just haven't honestly seen any of that. Because, yeah, like every video I've seen, like Super Mario Richie's, Mario Luigi Plush Bros, I've never seen them use any of the old Bowsers at all. Only All-Star one. And Mario Luigi Pen 0001 or whatever uses Mario 25 one, not old one, nothing. I've never seen anybody use old one. Maybe some small channels I've never heard of, and maybe some with like 1,000, but I don't know.
Was it 2018 or 2019? Because I know Mario Richie did used to use the old Bowser before he got the All-Star one, of course. But the only reason I didn't bring that up is because it's kind of old, like 2019. But no, it's kind of sad that no recent plush tubers have used this great plush. When I first got this plush ourselves, we actually transitioned over to it from the big 2011 Bowser, and since then we have since moved on to the All-Star Bowser like everyone else has. But this one was great to use for videos. I'm not sure if I'll incorporate a way to bring it back, but it was fun to use him, and he's just one of my favorites, and I'm so happy that I have him in my collection. And if any of you are like don't know a plush to buy, or you just like Bowser, I definitely recommend getting this Bowser. And really quick, since I recommended it, this plush is actually pretty easy to find on eBay. There's listings of it all the time. They range from either $20 to $50, and any of those prices I'd say are good. 50 if it's like in a more pristine condition, or if it's tagged, that would be good as well. I've seen a few stock listings that say they have it tagged, and I would probably trust those as well. So if I eventually get the money for that, I would buy a tagged Bowser, either Global Holdings, Little Buddy even, or the Sanei Japanese tag. So anyone that loves Bowser, I definitely suggest getting this one, because it's just a great Bowser, just as great as the All-Star one. Okay, now it's a ton about that Bowser because it's so good. Next, I can give it over to Evan because he knows a ton about this era of Toads. Next up is Toad. So you have a ton of Toads from this general time period. So you can talk about all the colors and how they like relate to the Mario Bros. Wii ones and all that. So go ahead, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so next up we have is Red Toad and the Colored Toads, I believe. So yeah, the Red Toads released in 2009, and they look similar to the Wii ones, but like towards the end, like towards like 2015, 2016, the Toads didn't look like Wii ones anymore. They looked a little odd. If you guys have seen my blue, the yellow and red one look exactly like the blue one that I have now, because like the first releases in like up towards like till 2015, all the Toads look like the Wii ones. And the big change that I hate that they did is that most of the old Toads like had a dark blue hat like the All-Star one and the Wii one, but now it was like the last releases, it was like a lighter blue, which really annoys me because it's basically just like a light blue. It just annoys me so much that it's not a dark blue. So that kind of annoys me a little bit. But yeah, anyways, I'll be right back real quick because I'm on a school field trip and I need to do something real quick. So yeah, Mr. McCormick, it's all yours. Start talking about the next plushes and because I mostly have the same reaction for everything. But yeah, just go on for like about I'll be right.
Okay, Toad. Evan covered Toad, but a couple of things that I want to add about Toad is that in our coverage of these Toads from a couple of days ago, we have actually noticed that they're a little bit different from the Mario Bros. Wii Toads, because originally in preparation for purchase of the Wii Toads, we just thought that they were the Sanei Toads that we just talked about, but just different tush tags. But no, they actually have like different placement of the eyes and different colors. So the differences on these are fairly interesting, I should say. But next up is Princess Peach Williams. So this Peach I've been wanting to get for a while now. This was the Peach that Bowser Power used during his videos. Too bad he doesn't do those no more, but when he did do him, he used this Peach, and I think it looks lovely like the All-Star one does. They look the same, like in terms of how good they are. Like they're both great Peach plushes. They're so much better than the fakes. But from photos I've seen, there's like tiny differences, like the style of stitching on the lips, I think is different. I'm not sure. But this is one that I do want to get in the future, like I said about another Bowser, because I just want to experiment and see what's different or not. And I want to shed some light on these plushes because, like, no one does videos on, like, the plushes like this. Like, one thing I want to start trying to do is, like, start reviewing the more niche plushes in the collection that no one talks about, just to hopefully, get some videos out there about these plushes that deserve some videos. So, Princess Peach, she looks great. I want to get her because she's just an old one that I want to get, and she looked very nice being used by Bowser Power. So, Evan, your thoughts on old Peach?
Yeah, oh my gosh. You don't know, I really love old Peach actually better than the All-Star one. I just wish we had her because I just really love her face. I was obsessed with Bowser Powers. Yeah, overall, just like a really good plush. I love this Peach so much. I need to get it for myself, actually. I really need to. Just really good.
These next two plushes will kind of go by really quick. but they're kind of mysterious. Or not really, I'm acting like this is a murder mystery or something, but 8 and 9 are Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. And the reason I say these are mysterious is because, for me at least, I know absolutely nothing about these two. If you showed me a photo of a DK, I wouldn't know if it's this one or not. Diddy Kong I would know because I know what photos of that are. But, like, I'm curious just about how these look compared to All-Star versions. Another thing I'm curious about is just what year they have on their Little Buddy tags. Donkey Kong seems like he's a 2011, and Diddy seems like he's a 2012. But these are just weirdly weird ones that I've never seen anyone use either. But if you know anyone that uses them, you can let that be known as well. I guess not. So, Donkey and Diddy, very mysterious. Did you have anything to add? Because you didn't answer earlier. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah. I remember, I'm pretty sure Bowser Power used the Donkey and Diddy in his videos. I remember seeing that.
You're gonna have to show me after the program is over, but I've never seen anyone use it when I watched, at least.
I've never watched any of his videos with Donkey Kong and Diddy, but from the thumbnails he uses like old ones.
Okay, next up, you'll take the floor again because you know the whole history behind it and the whole story. But number 10 is the praised, beloved 2009/2011 Bowser Jr. plush. Take it away, Mr. Reynolds.
There's like a lot to talk about this. So basically, this is a Bowser Jr. that is loved by millions of plush tubers out there. The whole plush community wants this Bowser Jr. as bad as they want a dog. And I'm not kidding. This Bowser Jr. is beloved by so many people. Super Mario Richie still uses it. Super Mario Logan used it. Mario Luigi Plush Bros used it. Amazing Junior Bros used it. I know I'm naming like small channels now, but like literally every single person that you watch, you can't just step away from that old Bowser Jr.
What's the history behind its popularity and rarity?
A good question on that. So, the whole story about this is that Super Mario Logan, when he started his channel, I'm not sure what he used, but I'm pretty sure like in the mid-2010s, like early 2010s, he started using this character, Bowser Jr., and it was the 2009 one. It wasn't like the SK Japan. But yeah, I guess it just appealed to a lot of people, so people wanted to copy him in his plush videos, so they started wanting this Bowser Jr. plush like really bad. So I bet you stock was running out every day when that Bowser Jr. was still being made. And the 2009 one's even more rare, because I'm pretty sure that one was only made like for a couple of years, because now every single localized one wasn't really 2009 one, because now I'm pretty sure like the last localizes and stuff, I'm pretty sure the unlocalized ones, I'm pretty sure they don't look like the original 2009 ones. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. But yeah, a lot of people want this. The rarity is insane for this plush. It goes for $100 to $200. Somebody's selling it for $500 on Macari for some reason. They say send them offers, but the lowest offer you can do is like $400, which is still insane. And I actually have the 2011 one, and I actually got it for $35. As I'm making of this video, I don't know when this video is gonna come out or whatever. As I'm making this. But as of right now, there's a bid with no junior in it. And you can probably ask them, can I get the junior separate, like for $30, $40, and he'll come to you. So check on eBay right now. The Mario Plush Lot. I don't know if it'll be already sold out by then, but yeah. Just get lucky. You'll get lucky, because I got lucky with the Bowser Jr. There's so much history for it. I was not wanting to pay $100, so I was gonna be like, I'll just have to wait till like a $70 listing pops up. But wait, I got it for $35 because I got lucky. But yeah, one of the most praised plushes of all. Probably the most praised plush. Not, if that, the Mario Party 5 Luigi. Yeah.
So
Pretty
Evan's purchase of this Bowser Jr. Is a very interesting story that maybe some of you can learn from, and just if you want to get this plush or any other plush actually. So what Evan did was he looked up a Mario plush lot on eBay, and he's done this on Macari too, but not for Junior. On either eBay or Macari, he finds random Mario plush lots that have a plush that he was looking for in it. So, for example, this 2011 Junior he found in a lot. So he contacted the seller via messages on eBay, and the seller was nice enough to put it up separately, or invoice or whatever that seller did. But if you're looking for a rare plush, look for lots and just contact sellers and ask. It's a pretty good strategy when it comes to hunting down rares like this. Okay, next up, 11 and 12 is Wario and Waluigi. Now, I actually have the Wario myself, and like I say about the other ones, he's just another great gem that I'm so glad that I was able to get during his time era. He's 2012 on his tush tag, and he's a very good Wario for his time. Definitely a million times better than Mario Party 5, and definitely a trillion times better than Kelly Toy. So it's a great Wario, and if you still have the Wario and are happy with it, then I don't think you need the All-Star one. But the only reason we got that one is because we are hardcore collectors here, and we just get every one that we want, and we wanted that one as well. But if you have this Wario, you should be thankful that you have it, because it's great. And it's a good piece of history, like I said before. Now, I'm not sure if this goes up often on Mercari or eBay or not, so if you know that, Mr. Reynolds, or if you know its price point, what I'm asking here is if you've seen this 2012 Wario on any purchasing websites, and if you have, what's its price?
I think I already explained this to you a lot, because when I go to Macari, I see a lot of old Warios and a lot of Waluigi's old ones for sale. Like on eBay and Macari, they go from like $12 to $20, I'd say.
Okay, pretty good observation there. So if any of you viewers want old Wario, like I said, he's great, and he's pretty much easy to find. So number 12, like I said, is Waluigi. I barely know anything about this one. So Mr. Reynolds, I'll give Waluigi to you, and you can just describe how he has his features and how they're different from either the All-Star one or the fake one that we have. So go ahead.
I don't really observed that one much, but I can notice the difference on the face. Like the sculpting is more obscure on the All-Star one than the old one, but it still mainly looks like Waluigi. But there's face differences, maybe body differences, maybe height differences. I would like to get into that if I got old Waluigi.
Yep, we could definitely do some reviews on those. Now, number 13 is kind of a funny one that we've kind of criticized in the past, or sort of, but 13 is Koopa Troopa. Now, I have the Paratroopa, which we'll get to later, but in terms of the actual green Koopa Troopa, I'm not really a fan of it. Like, I would get it because it's just a good piece of history, like I keep saying for everybody else, and it would just be good to have. But in terms of its actual look and sculpt, it does not look that great. But you actually told me a couple of weeks ago that there is differences between the Japanese and American versions of this Koopa. So I'll let you talk about that for a while.
Yeah, remember I showed you on the Luigi fan 00001's video, he showed the difference, kind of.
Well, explain that to the viewers.
Yeah, because you compare them. The old localized one looked more obscure, more detailed. And the old one looked exactly the same, but it was more droopy and more derpy looking. And the eyes were a little different on that too.
Okay, guess that's all he has to say. Next up is Goomba. And this is one that we do have. And I will go ahead on this one because it's right beside me here. So this Goomba, let me get it real quick. So this Goomba is a pretty good. I say that for a lot of these old ones, but it's just it looks great. It has its molding all right. Its face is accurate enough. Now, there's some details on this that I do like better than the All-Star one, and that's the fact that the All-Star one on his lips, they're like very weird. They're like actually they carved, not carved. They designed the Goomba to have like real lips, so they actually made that one with real lips, and it has like cardboard in it. And this one's nice and simple, and it just has the black line with the teeth sewed on, and I prefer that better because I think it looks kind of nicer like that instead of having a weird kind of smirking Goomba. This is like more simple, and it's not. I think it's nicer than that one. The only thing that I like the All-Star one that has more is like its feet, or like its stem. Its stem has like the more accurate like mushroom look to it, and because it looks like a real mushroom, and this one has like not as good of like feet detail, but it's still so happy that I have this one. We got this one too when it was still being produced back in like 2014 or 15. So we've had this one for a very long time. We've got it back when it was being produced, and it's just another one that is so thankful to have. And unless you have anything to add about this Goomba, we can go on.
All I have to say is that like it's just really great. I just like love its details, and I just love the way it feels.
Great observation. So, number 15, which is another one that I have, and it is the 2011 Boo. So let's get into this. I have it with me right here. Now this is one of the few kind of old ones which I like the All-Star one better for, because like I say, for all of this, it's just awesome to have this one still. We got this one like the Goomba back when it was still being made. I think we got it at Hastings, and that was a bookstore back in the day that sadly closed in like 2016. But we got this Boo at Hastings. It has all the same stuff that the All-Star Boo does. There's not really anything to like really go over that it has anything different. I think the All-Star one has like better proportions on it. I think it has the better looking like tongue and eye craft. So not really much to say about this Boo, but I'm glad I have it, and it's a good piece of Boo history. So, numbers 16 and 17, I can't really comment on because I don't have them with me, but they are the medium Mario and medium Yoshi. So I know nothing about these. Evan, what are your thoughts on them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they look like the old ones. There is a plush lot for bids with some unlocalized plushes, including the medium Yoshi. I actually need to pull that listing up. So let me try and find it while you like talk about it. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh, I do have a question for you about the list. So this list says that there's a medium Mario and a medium Yoshi, but I forgot. But you'll probably know is there a Luigi for medium one, or is it just Mario and Yoshi?
No, I think you knew that there was a medium Luigi because I'm pretty sure I showed it to you and it looks exactly like the old one.
So, yes. Did I have all that complicated answer? So, did you find that or not? So I can move on.
I'm looking on eBay right now. Let me see here. I'm gonna
while Evan looks, I will move on. And then we'll go back to these two once he finds it. So number 18 is the Sanei Lakitu. Now this one I've become very interested in the last few days because it actually does have some very different features on it compared to the All-Star Lakitu. And when I pull a photo up here, I can just see how different it is compared to this one. So, if you have this plush, let me know in the comments like what stuff is different on it. But now that I have the picture brought up, I will start analyzing it and see what I notice is different. So right away, the plush itself looks way tinier. Like the Lakitu itself and the Cloud look like they're like really, really tiny compared to the All-Star one. Now the facial features pretty much look the same. It just looks like a smaller version of the Lakitu, and the Cloud doesn't have like as much like folding detail on it to look like an actual cloud. But other than that, that's pretty much. But the biggest difference between this one and the All-Star one is that they actually sewed on a spiny, which hangs onto the bottom of the cloud of the Lakitu to give the illusion that the Lakitu is throwing the spiny out just like he does in the games. So this is a really nice feature, and this is the only Sanei old official version of a spiny, because the All-Star set they made a spiny normal sized, which is the size of a Buzzy Beetle, but this one is its own like mini sized. And I'm not sure if any of you viewers have seen this or not in our plush collections, but we have a very, very, very tiny fake spiny plush, and I can pretty much guarantee that the fakers used the fake. The fakers used this spiny on the old official Lakitu to make their fake spiny. And I can say that confidently because this spiny looks kind of identical to it, and it looks like it's the same size. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to find any listings of this Lakitu yet, because I have been wanting to purchase it. So maybe if I like search really hard, I can find a listing of it on like eBay or Mercari. But Mr. Reynolds, what are your thoughts on this Lakitu before you go back to the Yoshi and Mario?
Yeah, like I like the Lakitu and I agree with everything you say. And when you're talking about like the fake Spidey that got influence in it, oh, that's a whole different story. Like in the late 2000s, because there's another fake Spidey. I've showed you it, and you know what it is.
No, we're not talking about that one. We're talking about this one. So, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, it's like really nice and stuff. That's all I have to say about it. It's just
have you seen any listings of it?
Yeah, one sold out on Mercari like today or yesterday for like 20. I showed you it too.
Well, you don't show the viewers, so that doesn't really matter if you showed me or not. Okay, so what's the scoop about the medium Mario and Yoshi?
Well, there's no scoop on the medium Mario because I didn't find that. But yeah, I said that the medium Yoshi was $15. It ends in 17 hours, and I would honestly actually get it. I'm gonna turn on. You viewers won't be able to see it. Mr. McCormick, just take a look. Look at the price. I could even ask to buy it now if I wanted.
It kind of that looks all furry.
I want to get it. And look at its tag.
And one thing while he's doing that, I want to add real quick, is that I have seen a third-party seller on Amazon who claims to be selling this medium Yoshi, and it's $50, and it's a third party on Amazon, so I would not trust this, because I've gotten faked on Amazon a couple of times, so I would not trust this listing. So there's my thoughts on that, and yeah, medium Yoshi, you should buy that if you had money. I wish you had money. It'd be a great who does it have in it besides that?
Let me show you. It has a weird Goomba backpack, All-Star Koopa Troopa, All-Star Purple Yoshi, Old Medium Yoshi, and Luigi's Mansion Vacuum, regular Luigi, not the screaming. That's all it has, and let me show you the back of the tag of the Yoshi. Can you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yoshi Medium 2009. Can't believe even that one was made.
Well, it's kind of not surprising because the All-Star Medium one was made in the same year too. Okay, so next up, after the medium ones, which I've kind of already went over, but it's the Paratroopa. And I criticized this in our top 10 because it did just look derpy compared to the All-Star version. So I don't really have anything to add on this one unless you do, or else we can move on.
Yeah, we can. What are you talking about again?
Koopa Paratroopa.
Oh, yeah, no, there's nothing really to add on because it's like the exact same as the regular Koopa.
You're kind of getting fuzzy, so stay near your mic.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, next up is the blooper plush. Now, I think the one that I have looks exactly like it, and there's still a part of me that does think it's that one, but Evan still thinks mine is fake because he loves to call my things fake. So, what are your thoughts on my blooper and the old blooper in general?
Yeah, I just like really love that blooper so much. You can, right? Do you agree that it looks exactly like how it does in the games and more than the All-Star one?
Yes, especially in 3D World.
And then I wonder why the All-Star one they made it more curvy and like its eyes are more droopy.
They probably didn't want to copy it too much because the backlash with the Koopalings already.
And like maybe they give it more look like it looks like more of a swimming posture because like it kind of looks like that when it floats up, right?
Yeah, it does look. It looks like it's in the same posture as the stock photos, like its body shape, but like its actual like appearance in the games, it looks like the old one. Now on Amazon, actually, there are a few third-party sellers that claim to be selling the old blooper, and I'm not sure if it is or not, because they could just easily give you an all-star one, and I don't think you could really refute that claim on Amazon, like if you tried to return it, because they're still technically both real if you got the older all-star one, so you can't really sue it or anything. So, who knows, maybe the old blooper is really being sold on Amazon. And I probably won't experiment to that because I have better things to buy.
Because I've also seen that exact same stock image like pop up on eBay, and you won't believe the seller who's selling it. Galactic Toys. And even the blooper on Amazon I wouldn't trust because you know the incident with my Rosalina that just happened a few weeks back, so I would not trust any of those old stock images, not at all after what happened.
Okay, next up, we can both actually discuss a little about this one. And number 21 is the Cheep Cheep. And the reason I say we can discuss it is because it's the only one that I own personally that is Global Holdings tagged. Now, Evan recently got a bunch of Global Holdings tagged ones like the Wii Mario and all that. But this is my only Global Holdings one, and I do not know how I was able to get this, because like Goomba and Boo, we got the Cheep Cheep when it was still being produced like in 2015, and this Global Holdings lost the license to localize plushes in 2013, because that's when Little Buddy swoops in on their website and says that they earned the rights to localize Marios. So this had to have been like one of the very last plushes produced that was given a Global Holdings tag. Either it was released early, and the store that we got it from just kept it in the back for years, I guess, or they just Little Buddy just randomly sewed on a Global Holdings tag. I don't really have an explanation as to how I was able to get a Global Holdings tag 1 or 2 years after it started or it ended Global Holdings. So with the Cheep Cheep itself, I like the All-Star one better on it because I think it has like the better shape and eyes. But like I say, for everything else, it's very charming. And this is the one that Super Mario Richie uses, doesn't he, for Fishy Fish for Morton?
Yeah. And you were cutting me off, but I was trying to say that this isn't like related to like Cheep Cheep himself, but how you're like talking about the tags. There's a listing with an old Peach and Daisy, and the Peach had new logo with the Global Holdings logo. And I showed you that too.
So yeah, like I don't know how you got you cheap like that.
I bet you they just got old stock, or when Little Buddy was shipping them out to the companies, I bet you they just got whatever cheap they can, or they just got whatever they had in stock, and it happened to be that one.
Yeah, I think the old cheap is still commonly used amongst YouTubers. I've really never paid attention because I don't think anybody uses cheap besides Martin's Fishy Fish and Super Mario Richie.
Okay, good cheap talk. Next up, I don't really have anything to say about it, but you probably do, and that is Bullet Bill. So what do you have to say about it, and what do you think compared to All-Star 1?
Yeah, there's like really no difference with it besides the string. But I know that the old one has to have beads because I don't know why they would just have beads onto the other one. But yeah, overall, the old Bill's like Bullet Bill is like really nice. Still similar to the old one. I mean, still similar to the All-Star one. The All-Star one's still plenty bigger.
Okay, next one, which I have loved so much over the past 2 months since I got it for your birthday bash, is the Mario riding Yoshi. Now, a lot of these plushes that I've said we've had for years, I say they have like a lot of like nostalgia value to them, and for some reason, these Mario and the Luigi's just give me a ton of that like feeling of nostalgia for, I don't know why, I guess it's just that these plushes just remind me so much of Mario Bros. Wii, because they obviously got the inspiration from Mario Bros. Wii, because the Luigi especially is riding a yellow Yoshi, which only happens in Mario Bros. Wii. So there's just something about these plushes that I just feel so nostalgic over. But even though we've only had them for the 4 or 5 months now, but these are still some of my favorites in the collection. Even though we paid $40 for each one, they were still great. I love these ones so much. And one thing that I actually wanted to analyze real quick compared to the other one, since I have it with me too, is that for the Yoshi specifically of this one, they chose to like craft it a little differently than this one, than the old one, or the Mario Bros. Wii one. And what I mean by that is that this Yoshi is in a standing pose, and the old Yoshis, or Mario Wii Yoshis, either one, are in a sitting pose. And since this one is standing, it does have a cardboard feeling material in the feet. And another interesting thing to note is that it has embroidery around the eyes, like the Yoshi's Island DS one. So it's interesting how they chose to craft this Yoshi very differently compared to the other one. And if you have any thoughts on the Yoshi itself, differences.
Like, I like the Mario riding Yoshi and like the Luigi riding Yoshi. But yeah, like the Yoshis and stuff like really have some differences. And yeah, those are like really great plushes.
They're still some of my favorites. And another thing that I noticed with the Mario that is different from everyone else that Mr. Reynolds actually pointed out to me is that his mustache is not 3D on this version of Mario. It's actually a soft piece of the polyester felt just glued on. And honestly, this is a great alternate material to use, because I would rather, I don't know about you, but I would rather have them have it like this with like flat felt and have it like look nice compared to like just ugly looking 3D mustaches like my original All-Star Mario. So I think that they made a great choice by just going with this instead of doing a 3D one, because I don't think a 3D one would have looked that good on this. It would have either looked too skinny or not round enough. So I just think this is one of my favorite plushes ever. I've said that before, but I just recommend this for everyone. It's kind of tiny, but if you don't care about that like I don't, you'll love it just like I do. Okay, next one, which I just got to, and let me go get real quick, but it's the 2011 or old official Sanei Hammer Bro. So, excuse me for that pause, but I just had to go get him real quick. So, recently, I think it was last week at the time of recording this, I just got this hammer, bro. And you know me, I love it already. I said it's better than the All-Star one. There's some, I'm not gonna, review it again today, but if you want to see my full thoughts on that one, you can go watch the in-depth unboxing and review of it. But there's just some things that I like that they did on this more than the All-Star one. Like its skinnier beak, the beads in the butt, and just how it's thinner body. So I think it just looks so much better than the All-Star one compared to the games too. Because the All-Star one's kind of fat. And you've said this one is better too, so what are your thoughts on this hammer, bro?
Yeah, I agree with everything you say. But yeah, overall it's just better, looks more accurate looking. Because if you compare it to actual real artwork of Hammer Bro, you'll notice it looks really like him. I just hate that they made the All-Star Hammer Bro all chunky and all fat. But yeah, overall really good plush. I agree with everything that you say.
Okay, next one you can kind of talk about, but it's one that I've also become interested in the past few weeks as well, and this is the Sanei Wiggler. So what are just some general differences you notice between this one and the All-Star one and the fake one, and what is its price and rarity?
Yeah, it's overall a pretty good Wiggler. The difference is that the spots have embroidery, and then on the newer one, the All-Star one, it's mounted plastic or something as the little dots on him, and it's the old one's a little shorter, more droopy looking. The face is different. The flower holds up better on the All-Star one. It looks more accurate like Wiggler. The other one kind of looks all droopy, not really all to Wiggler. And the price point for it usually goes for $15 to $30. So yeah, it's pretty common as well. You can still easily find it somewhere.
Well, now that you said embroidery, it has me very interested in this Wiggler. So after the program ends, you'll have to... Because before this, I did not know it had embroidery on it, actually. And I'll have to analyze your Wiggler after this, too. But it actually has, the stuff Toadette has, that quality plastic. Okay, he's not gonna answer. So next is the Bowser, the medium Bowser. So
A comment. What were you gonna say? Cause you cut off. Cause that you just went completely blank after a second.
So what I said was I'll have to analyze your Wiggler after this because it has plastic on it like Toadette.
Yeah. Kind of. I wouldn't say it's plastic, because if you feel it, it feels like fabric. But, mounted on plastic or something, I don't know. Because when I touch it, it feels like regular fur. But, it has, a different texture to it, kind of. And, from a distance, it really does look like paint or something, so I have...
Oh, you know it could be paint. Because, like I've said with my cat, Luigi, and, Thwomp, you can barely tell it's paint. And the only way you can tell is just by rubbing your finger on it just to see if it moves different. But they've used paint before, and if it doesn't feel like plastic, then it probably is paint. So I will have to analyze your Wiggler after this. So, yep, Wiggler, very interesting. Probably gonna get it soon. 26 on the list is the medium Bowser, which I love very much as well. And that Bowser power actually used in his prime as well. So we got this Bowser back in January of 2020 before the world went to you know what. So this Bowser, I have mixed feelings on this one. I originally loved it, but after getting further Bowsers, the All-Star one and the tinier old one, I've grown to love the old one and All-Star one better than it. And there's a couple of reasons why. And my main one is just how his face, it kind of looks empty. Since it's so big, it doesn't fill up as much space on its head as it should. And there's just a lot of open green areas on it. And I just think that the tinier old one and the All-Star one just do a much better job of like proportioning it right. So and another thing that I'm kind of nitpicky about is just its eyebrows on mine. The eyebrows on my unit are kind of droopy, so it looks kind of weird. But for Bowser Powers, for example, his eyebrows are good on that one, and I like that one a little more in terms of like just aesthetic look. So unless you have anything to say about that one, we can move on. I guess not. So next up is number 27 on this list is the medium Goomba, which I just got like a couple of months, or either months or weeks ago. I already lost track of time. But I've said this before too as well. And just so you know, we've done tons of videos on most of these plushes. Like, we've unboxed some of them on camera, so some of this might just be repetition if you've seen this already. Which we thank you for watching, of course. But medium Goomba, I've said before, it's the best Goomba you can get right now. Better than the tiny old one, better than the All-Star one, better than any Popco, Banpresto, or any of that. It's just the best Goomba you can get. It has the best stem. I complained about the stem on the tiny one earlier, but the stem on this big one is completely fixed and looks like a real mushroom Goomba from the games. And the actual head of the Goomba is so beautifully sculpted. It has like the exact same mushroom curvature on it. And the eyebrows are 3D as well, which looks great. And it's just greatly sewn and well sculpted. The best Goomba you can get. So unless you have any thoughts on this Goomba, we can move on. There? I think...
I'm there.
Well, you're not answering me, so...
Can you hear me?
Now I can, but you weren't answering me earlier.
Yeah, I was.
Just keep your mic on the whole time. I keep seeing it off. Next up, which is one that Evan can talk about while I rest my voice, is the medium Boo. So explain your story on that and how easy it is to find and all that and its details.
And the big Boo is actually like really nice because all the same details apply like to like the big Goomba. Like, it's better built and everything. It's like big. It has like the best quality of Boo, and you can actually get it now for like $30 on Amazon, eBay, Mercari. Yeah, all the possible and stuff. But yeah, like overall, it's like a really good Boo plush. I really enjoy it.
Okay, next up, let's see who's next on the list. Next up is Baby Mario, and we do not have this one. So unless you want to talk about it like with Bowser Power and all that, we can move on. But if you do have any thoughts on it, please speak them out. Hello?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Baby Mario?
Yeah. I like the Baby Mario. I like it because of Bowser Power. But honestly, there's just something about it. I like the All-Star one better, actually. This is like really actually like the only one. Because to me, the Baby Mario just kind of looks like sassy in the face. He just looks weird. Like, it's not like all accurate to Baby Mario, but he just looks a little off. I'd still get him. Like, for a good price.
Okay, next up, Baby Luigi and Baby Peach. Now, I'm not really a fan of the baby characters, but I'll quickly go over it because I have it real quick. Its Twitch tag is 2012. I got this like in 2018 or 19, but I think he's like kind of tiny for a baby Luigi. The hat, you can kind of see the stitching coming off on my hat on mine, which I do not like on this one, and that's why I like the All-Star one more. And I like the eyebrow stitching more on the All-Star one. So that's all my thoughts for that one, and unless you have anything to say, we can move on.
But yeah, I like the babies. I honestly like old Baby Peach better because like the details on it are like built better. like the crown. I like how the jewels on it are like 3D with felt and just like the jewels sewed down on her thing. I just honestly like it better. It looks more accurate to Baby Peach. I'd really love to get it in the future.
Well, now that I'm well informed, this is kind of the same case with the Wiggler that you mentioned. Because since you mentioned that the old Wiggler has embroidery on it instead of like the paint, and the old Peach has the 3D detail in the crown, which goes to show that for the All-Star Collection, Sanei may have cut corners on a few plushes. So it just kind of interesting and once again makes these old ones more unique. Yes?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay, 32, Fire Luigi. We already went over this with the other Luigi, but we're thankful to have it. It looks okay, I guess. I'm not sure how many people use it, but this is one of the few old plushes that are still in production, actually. We have seen this plush at Target so many times. So if you want it, don't worry, you can go into Target anytime. It's even on Amazon too for a great price of only like $12. But it is kind of small, so don't go wasting like $30 on it. You should only spend between 12 to 20, and even 20 seems a bit too high. But Fire Luigi, all on that. Let's move on. Which one you can talk about because you recently opened it on camera. And 33 is Piranha Plant, so let us know your thoughts on that one.
Yeah, I really love the Mr. Peters, alright? He is like a really nice plush. I really love him. Because I remember when I got him, I was like really happy with it. And I just liked him so much. I like his tag. He just built so good like the All-Star one. There's just something about him that makes him feel special. I love him. But yeah, like overall really good detail. I just like everything.
He has great coloring as well. Okay, 34. 34 is another one that we have as well, and that is Chain Chomp. So, I'm gonna let you explain this one because you know all the different details on it compared to the All-Star one. And coincidentally, number 35 after that is the Babam, which also has different details with it and the All-Star one compared to the old one. So you can go ahead and talk about Chain Chomp and Babam and just can talk about what's different and what you notice.
Yeah. What I noticed with the Chain Chomp is that, like, honestly, I like it a little better. I also noticed that it's, like, more of a navy blue. Well, yeah, the All-Star Chain Chomp is, like, a navy blue, but this one's, like, a lighter color, I guess I could say. Like, a lighter color, it's more soft. And the thing that I like about it the most, it's chain. Oh, I love the fabric on it. It's, like, some sort of, like, metal plastic material. I really love that. The All-Star one is boring scratchy material. I just hate that because it's like so scratchy and annoying. So that's like the biggest thing that I like about the Chain Chomp. And same applies to Babam. Well, not really the same with the chains and stuff. Nothing's really different. The Babam is that like it's just a different color, but overall, both of them are like really good. I am glad that we have both of them. Glad that we got them at Hastings and stuff. But yeah, they're just like really up.
Would you say the differences between the All-Star and Old Chain Chomp are another case of cutting corners, like with Wiggler and Baby Peach?
Nope. There's nothing really cutting corners because they're still using the same things on it, like with embroidery. It's not like they changed his face plastic or anything. But no, I wouldn't say corners.
Another one that you can talk about for me because you actually have it with you, and the next one is the Sanei Shy Guy. So go ahead about this one.
Okay. So the Sanei Shy Guy. I think this is honestly better than the All-Star one. This is the Shy Guy I have, and yeah, I just like love the little guy because he's like so tiny. I know Mr. McCormick complains that the mask is too tiny, but I just love the way it looks. I love its size. It's perfect for a little mini Shy Guy. Overall, it's just really great. And I need to wash my hands too because I actually.
Okay, Evan's cutting out. I think he had to go do something. So, 37 is one that we've already talked about, but it's the Luigi riding Yoshi. And like I said about the Mario, it's just another great one that I'm just love so much that I just recommend for anyone that likes Mario. If like you're getting a plush for like a kid or something, this would be a great one because it's like 2 in 1. It's like Luigi and Yoshi. The same could be said for the other one too. So 38, I wish I would have read this earlier, but medium Luigi, they put him on the list way down, I guess. That could have been just how he was released. So medium Luigi's 38, and like Evan said earlier, it looks just like the tiny one, I guess. I don't think I've seen photos of it, but he does. But he's away real quick. But 39 and 40 are the large Mario and Yoshi's. So Evan knows a lot about these two since he's back. Please discuss all of your knowledge about the Mario and Yoshi large versions.
So yeah, like I know pretty much a lot of them. Mr. McCormick, there's actually a few listings of the big Mario. I think I showed you that one that's like looks like it's just lounging on the bed. I believe I showed that to you, right? Like yesterday, like to get a glimpse of how it looks. I've showed you it before too. Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, like it kind of reminds me of Mickey Mouse for some reason. I don't know why. The face is just more like an oval shape. That's the only thing that bothers me. But overall, it looks pretty similar to the All-Star one. I'd actually get it because there's a lot of listings. And a lot of listings of the big Yoshi because I've showed you a few back then. When you wanted the big medium All-Star Yoshi, I actually showed you my card listing of the big Yoshi. That was Sanei. But honestly, I now that I look at it, I showed you the 20, whatever it is, the old one actually. And you know how the old one looks to the old big one. But yeah, overall, really good details. It looks like the old ones.
Okay, next on the list. Let me just... got all messed up over here, but... let's see who's next. Next is Dry Bones. So... I know very little about this Dry Bones, and you can probably explain more than I do.
Yeah. So, like, for the Dry Bones, it's, like, really good. I still want to get it. Because a lot of people actually have that than the All-Star one. So I can tell that they probably like it better. And the thing that I like about it is that it looks like one, but tiny, and like a sitting position. Or, like, a sitting posture. And, like, oh, it's, like, really great. The detail looks, like, really good. And, like, I would still really get it because it's...
Why'd you mute yourself?
But yeah, that's all I had to say about the Dry Bones.
Which wasn't much. Okay, next up, 42 is another one you can rant about for 10 minutes, and that is the beloved 2013 GalacticKoopa Sally Johnson or Candace Kamek. So, what are your thoughts on that? And please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. You're leaving an audience hanging here.
No, wait. Yeah, I was actually glitching out because I was moving because I had to go and get Candace from the shelf. So yeah, I just have so much to talk about. So what should I start off with first about this thing? Because I love it so much, I'm even hugging it right now.
Talk about the general information just regarding it and how it's different from the All-Star one. And then after that, just talk about how it became popular and all that. And then talk about like its price and finding it on eBay and all that.
Okay, so yeah. Overall, this Kamek is really good. I don't even know if I can speak about this because I just love this so much. There's so much detail on this. So this looks really, really good.
and it's 10 times better than the All-Star one because it's more sturdy. It's just better looking. The All-Star ones look more kid-friendly. No offense, because I love the All-Star ones still. But yeah, like it's more of a pale color and it's like a dark blue. And like so here, it started off getting popular because of Super Mario. He used it and named it Cody, so everybody calls it SML Cody plush. And everybody just so now it exploded in popularity. Amakari, the general price point, a lot of listings popped up like for $10 or $30, but sometimes, mainly around like $40 to $50, like how much I got mine, and on eBay $50 to like $90 it goes for. So like the main whole general price point is mostly like from $30 to $90 because like the $10, $20 are uncommon as of right now. But yeah, overall, most of these were like $10 because I'm pretty sure it's the main price point for like $30, $40 to $90, and
Okay.
brand new tagged or.
Number 43 on the list is Birdo, and she is another one that you have, so take it away with Birdo, her details, how it differs from the fake one, her price, and how she's still being made.
Berto! So to start it off, Berto over here. I really love this Birdo. She is still being made because there's currently not an All-Star one of her, which I hope there's not in the future. Because I still want them to make old people, so I still want them to make Bertos and stuff. So yeah, overall this is like a really good plush. When I first got it at my import shop, $40 for some reason. A lot of expensive there. But yeah, overall it's just like a really good Berto plush. It's still being produced today at like $13 on Amazon, pretty cheap. Still bootlegs, but I'm pretty sure if you get like any stock photo, I'm pretty sure you'll receive all because as of right now, I've never really.
Okay, number 44 is Princess Daisy. For some reason, they put Daisy like so low on the list. It's kind of sad, but I was able to secure a 2013 Daisy for myself a couple months ago, and she's a neat gem. I think the All-Star one still looks better, but this one is like really neat to have with me. It's like, this is the one Bowser Power used, so I'm glad I have it because of that too, because it's a piece of BP history. But she's great quality, great sewing on the face details. The flowers are nicely carved out. Her dress is nice. She's kind of tiny for a princess, especially compared to the All-Star one. But she's just a very good Daisy. And if you do have her, you're probably very happy with her. And I'm very happy with this one as well. Okay, number 45 is one that has become, or was, absurdly popular over the past couple of years. And that is Monty Mole, or known to us as Monty Mendez. So, we were able to secure 2 Montys as a part of the Amazon restocks that happened in August. So Monty is great. He's very soft, has the stitching that we all know on his eyes and all that. But he's a great plush, and I'm glad they made one of such an obscure character like Monty Mole. But really quick, I want to give it to you, Evan, so you can explain how he got so rare and how much he went for price-wise during this whole drought of Monty's. So please unmute yourself. I feel like I'm in a Google Meet.
Yeah, really, honestly, the Monty is like really cute. The detail on it is really good. And I can't explain how it got rare because,
Okay,
wow.
then let's move on if you don't know. Buzzy Beetle is...
Oh, wait, hold on. Like, I don't know how it got rare, but I still can talk about the general price.
Well, you don't have to go and explain that, just talk about it then, instead of making it all hard.
Okay, yeah. So, I'm not sure how it got rare, but the general price point is like the general price point was, or still is,
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, kind of partly because still scalpers out there are selling him now for like $90 to $200, which is insane. But his general price point was $130 to $230. And that is insane just for a little golfer plush. But yeah, I can't believe he went for that much. But yeah, that's his general price point, and no clear explanation on how he got rare. Got rare over time.
It's pretty obvious. Okay, next is Buzzy Beetle. He's number 46. No, Buzzy Beetle has become one of my favorites over the past few weeks as well. I've had the original release of Buzzy Beetle for like 6 years already, but I got the re-release, of course, because I just had to jump on this offer, and I think like they made it better this time around compared to my 2015 version. He has better shape, and he just looks more colorful, but the other one's probably not as colored because it's due to age. I've had that one for like 6 years, like I said, but I just like the sculpting on this one more, and it's like more colorful, and I like it, just something about it I like more. Okay, 47 is the Mecha Koopa Marshall, another one that was a part of the restocks, and I don't really have that much to say on this one because this one actually surprisingly does have a lot in common with the fake version. My fake one even had beads, so it's definitely kind of hard to tell which one's which because the fakers faked the Mecha Koopa so well, of all plushes to do for some reason. So they're very similar and not really much to add. Number 48, another restock, and that is Spike Simmons. Now, when Spike got restocked in August as well, I got 2 of them because of how rare he was, so I have 3 total. I have 2 from this year, and then 1 from 2015. Now, like with the Buzzy Beetle, I've grown to like this Spike more than the other old Spike because I like its eyes better, and these new ones are softer and just, like I said, more colorful. But they're softer and more colorful, like I said, because they're due to age. So if it wasn't due to age, then I would still probably like the other one just as much. So, unless you have anything to add about his Spike's value, we can move on.
Yeah, Spike's value was like a ton. It went like from the same general price point as the Monty, but it's still insane. Why did Spike and Monty get so rare? Those are like the most weirdest plushes, and why did they get rare? How come they couldn't have just gotten by the price point of Buzzy?
I definitely agree with that. Number 49, you can explain, which is Pokey. So we got him back in August as well, and explain the differences you found with the fake one.
Differences I found with the fake one was that well, basically for the fake one it does not have beads. The spikes are much better on the real one. It's more heavy. The detail is like more quality, and that's pretty much all I'll have to say with like Pokey and stuff. But like his general price point used to go like from $20 to $35, I'd say, and he still goes for that much as of right now.
Number 50, one of my favorite plushes of all time, and I've gotten so many now. You guessed it, the Ink himself, Fuzzy. Number 50, you know, I was running around, I was over the moon when I found out that he was restocked on Amazon. Because for a couple of months before that, I was willing to buy just average fuzzies from like Macari sellers for like $40, and I never did because they always kind of sold out before that. But I probably would have got one before that if I could have, if they didn't sell out. But thankfully, they got back on Amazon, and like 4, 5 fuzzies later, and still getting more. I love this plush so much. He's just like so funny looking, cute looking, whatever you want to call him. He's just so much great to have finally after months of trying to get one. With great accomplishment this year. Hopefully I could get some more, because those ones are like so tempting to get more of. If any of you have gotten into the business of fuzzy collecting, you would know that it's pretty fun. Okay, 51, which is another one that I got from the restocks, but they took off from being restocked, and that's Porcapooper. So he was restocked a part of everyone else, like I've already mentioned, but his listing is not up no more. I just think Little Buddy stopped making them like after making 5, because soon after I got my model, they have not been restocked. And I've been checking back often too on Amazon, and no, he's still not there. But in terms of the plush himself, he's beautiful. He looks just as accurate as the games. I originally got my first one back in June, and I ordered that from a guy in Canada for like $60. And coincidentally, he came over Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls! But yeah, paid $60 for that one. Then I paid $18 for the new one. And I think the new one looks better because it looks more colorful and all that. I'm not sure how long the seller before me had this Porcapooper, my original one. So I could have had it for many years before it. But I like the new one more, and it's just a great plush. I wish I could get more if it was still up. But sadly, that is not meant to be. Now, this plush isn't on the list, but I know Evan has a lot to say about it, and that is the 2015/2014 Super Mario or Super Mario 3D World Rosalina Perkins plush. So let the viewers know everything you know about that one.
Okay, so first of all, is that Rosalina not on the old official list?
Nope, I'm looking. There's no mention of Rosalina.
Okay, that's the saddest thing ever. Okay, so about the Rosalina, it came out in 2014 unlocalized, and it was actually a part of the 3D World set. But Little Buddy decided to localize it as a part of old official set. But I think I actually know why it's not on the list. Like I just said, it was localized as 3D World set. So you should actually type in Mr. McCormick right now, the 3D World set, wherever you found like the wiki page of like the Sanei Super Mario. You need to type in the 3D one, because I guarantee you it'll show the Magnets and Rosalina.
Okay,
So you should check that out.
I'll do that real quick. Can you keep talking about it?
Okay, I'll keep talking about it. Okay. Anyways, so the Rosalina came out in 2014 and localized by Little Buddy in 2015. And people who got an official Rosalina got that one up until like around 2017. People are still getting it today off Amazon because of somebody actually received the old one instead of the All-Star one on an All-Star listing of Rosalina. So yeah, that's pretty nice. But overall, the Rosalina was pretty great. She has great detail. A lot of them honestly look exactly like the Mario Galaxy Rosalina and Rosalina in general, so I think that might be. Well, I think the All-Star one's like 10 times better because there's just details about it that are like so good. Like a Soldier Jewel one thing. But enough about that, but yeah. I honestly think the detail on it is like more better than the All-Star one. And just the way it looks, I love the All-Star one better. But like, the detail on it is like really good. It was around 9 inches, almost 10 inches. And the new one's 11 inches. But yeah, that's pretty nice. The Rosalina has great detail, nice dress detail, and overall a pretty good plush.
Okay, like, so I looked up the 3D World set, and yes, she is on it. And one of the photos for the waves, it actually shows the stock photo of both Rosalinas, the regular one and the cat one. I wonder if you looked up. Yeah. I wonder if you looked up, if you were to look up 3D World Rosalina on Amazon, if it would really give you this real one.
I don't think there would be listings because I type in Rosalina plush and it even shows the cat one and stuff. It doesn't show like the old one or nothing.
Okay, the final 7 in this wave, and I'll let you talk about them because you own them all. The 7 Koopalings. So what are your thoughts on those compared to the All-Star ones and the fake ones?
Oh, okay. So the All-Star, the old Koopalings. So, there's nothing much to say about them. because they look the exact same like the All-Star Koopalings, but they look weird to us now, just strange. Some weird details that I don't know about, because they still look like twins overall. And like, one question I have, Mr. McCormick, do you think they'll get rare once they start producing them?
I do think they will, because now that the All-Star ones are out, they have no reason to keep producing these ones, because they'll just be making more, twice, and I don't think they would waste resources on that. So I think, of course, these will go rare because they'll stop being sold. So, so these might be the final years anyone could get these red-tagged Koopalings out in the wild. So if you want them and you like this set, you should definitely get them now. But in terms of like the ones that look better, I've gotten used to how the All-Star ones look, and I do love them better. There's like tiny little things that I like about them better, like Roy's glasses and stuff like that. So I think All-Star ones look better because my eyes have adjusted to them. But if you're like a hardcore collector, these will definitely stop being produced in the next year or two. So you should definitely get on the bandwagon right away with these Koopalings. Okay, we've made it through 58 plushes on the list. 1 hour and 30 minutes later. So we thank you all of you so much for sticking with us until the very end of this discussion. It could have been a very tiring experience for you. We're very tired recording this now. But again, we thank you very much for sticking with us through the whole discussion. And let us know your thoughts in the comments below regarding the Super Mario set. Let us know any of your childhood memories you've had with this plush set. And if there's any plushes from this set you just still want to get. So make sure to leave your thoughts on the discussion and the set in the comments below. I was once again joined by Evan O. Reynolds. And make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. And follow us on social media and Discord. Goodbye.